Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, good morning. Welcome everybody. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Oh, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Haribo there, remember? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, Nityananda. Nityananda, 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 Nityananda. Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Gauranga, 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 Gauranga. Gauranga, 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 Gora, 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 Gora. Vishvambara, 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 Vishvambara. Vishvambara, 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 Vishvambara. Nimai, 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 Nimai. Nimai, 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 Nimai. Nimai, 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 Nimai. Nimai, Nimai. Nimai Pandit, Nimai Pandit, Nimai Pandit, Nimai Pandit, Nimai Pandit. Nimai Pandit, Nimai Pandit, Nimai Pandit, Nimai Pandit, Nimai. Nimai Pandit, Nimai Pandit, Nimai Pandit. 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. There she is. Welcome. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, oh my Lord, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, oh my Lord. Oh my God, my God, my God, my God. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhaktivinoda. Guni Raj Khan. Devotee of Lord Chaitanya. Mangalacharya, invoking auspiciousness. I offer my respectful obeisances to Lord Narayan. I offer my respectful obeisances to Lord Narayan. I offer my respectful obeisances to Lord Narayan, who has no beginning, who has no beginning, and who is the creator, maintainer, and destroyer of the material worlds, and who is the creator, maintainer, and destroyer of the material worlds. With folded hands, I offer my prayers unto Lord Krishna. With folded hands, I offer my prayers unto Lord Krishna. With folded hands, I offer my prayers unto Lord Krishna, the son of Maharaj Nanda, the son of Maharaj Nanda, who is my life and soul. With folded hands, I offer my prayers to Lord Krishna, the son of Maharaj Nanda, who is my life and my soul. Who is my life and my soul. Who is my life and my soul. He was my life and my soul. Note, in Caitanya Charitamrita, Lord Chaitanya praises this verse and this book. He says, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then said, Kuniraj Khan of Kulianagram compiled a book named Sri Krishna Jaya, in which there is a sentence revealing the author's ecstatic love for Krishna. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then said, Krishna, the son of Maharaj Nanda, Krishna, the son of Maharaj Nanda, is my life and soul. By this statement, I am sold. By this statement, I am sold into the hands of the descendants of Kuniraj Khan. I offer my respectful obeisances to Brahma, to Shiva, who help in the creation of the material world, and to Ganesh, who removes obstacles. By Lord Krishna's mercy, the Gopa people of Vrindavan did not know anything of disease, lamentation, or fear. Yeah. You know, there's a guy who was praising the pituitary gland, and he was talking about it. And my God, it was like he was describing my experience, and he was talking about, he says, this needs to be activated, and it's dumbed down in a lot of people. And this path activates this area here where you can perceive the spiritual dimension. That's why it looks crazy to outsiders. They can't perceive this. That's why Raganuga Bhaktis, you just see somebody in perception of the spiritual world and that happiness. And you think, oh, I would also like to perceive that dimension, that universal happiness. Yeah. So he was talking about that. I said, yeah, he's describing. I don't think he experienced it. I think he just studied this. Maybe sometimes experiences something. What he was using it. They see again. He wanted to use it for manifesting, opulence in the world and stuff like that. And it's like, oh, really? He doesn't quite know the depth, but still, it's a very interesting. I'm gonna put it up and talk about that sometime because, yeah, it's sort of like that. He was talking about the upsurge of energy coming up and activating that. And that's exactly what happens when you get the mercy of Krishna. This upsurge of energy comes up and activates the perception of the spiritual dimension. It's wonderful, man. It just gets better. And I see, just noticing more and more how clear it's getting. It's like, oh yeah, yeah. When you see like River and Lalita and Johan, as they're talking in ecstasy, that's the way Lord Chaitanya manifested this bhakti. He was talking in the ecstasy. His talking caused the ecstasy to manifest. And there's so few teachers like that, because that's the perfect teacher you can get. That's the mercy we're getting here, to be able to, when you chant the name and ecstasy is aroused, or you chant the verses and ecstasy is aroused. That's the perfection of Krishna consciousness and the bliss. Ecstasy is not always there's almost like you dive into water, and you feel this water all around you. And this is this bliss of spiritual consciousness. See, and this just opens more and more. It just becomes more and more tangible, perceptible. So the Lord came here, to teach us this, and so now you're becoming teachers yourselves of this, teaching even me. I'm like, oh wow, that's really nice. That's it, man. Yeah. Every moment, Govinda protected everyone. All the sins of every past birth was thrown far away. That's the essence is that. The essence is attraction to Krishna, especially in Vrindavan. I mean, because that's what our line is, and that's what we have, most of us here. That's the thing. That's what the result. It's just, this comes with all your diseases and lamentations will go away. Literally, you'll be healthy, just healthy spiritually, even physically, more or less. I mean, I don't know, we have different karmas in our bodies. So look what the demons are doing to our bodies. You can't expect, I mean, it's poison in everything, fluoride in the water, I mean, just, they're really trying to, that's just what they do. I realized this morning, these, the Bhagavatam's always talking about the demons. When the Lord comes, the demons are manifesting. It's like Prahlad was in a demon world, right? The demons were and isn't it funny? The demons we're in that same kind of time. The demons are manifesting. And there's the Prahlads there, the real devotees, and the demons are doing their thing. The demigods are there, and then some devotees are around. So it's the same kind of cycle. It's this same kind of thing. And what does Krishna say? Whenever there is a decline in religious performances and practices in consciousness, he descends again and again. Isn't that funny? So you could see there's a decline in things. It's just a question. So the Lord descends. Now, I mean, we could wait maybe for some physical manifestation. Well, okay, that could happen, maybe. Or maybe it already happened with Lord Chaitanya. I mean, he's descended. And now he's descended. He descended in my heart. I feel like this. I'm saved. I mean, my pastimes of the Lord, they protect me. They give me happiness, purification, inspiration, intelligence, logic. I guess there's nothing that I doesn't give. I feel like I'm engaged in the work I've come here to do. And that's really the secret. And it's just like the verse says, and that's the whole point. We have to manifest that consciousness where the pastimes of Krishna and his names And his pastimes and his qualities give us shelter. We feel the shelter of this, of this. It's a dance of rasa, actually. You know, this, the names, and the feelings. See, that's wholeness, isn't it? You know, we're living in a world of names, but most people, you know, and it's just stimulating material feelings and everything. But, you know, can you imagine? We're living in a world of names, and we got holy names now that keep us free of lamentation and sufferings of even times like this. Yeah. Miracle. To me, that's a miracle. You know, for these verses to be manifest in our lives, where you can relate to them, say, yeah, it really happens, really works like that. You know, it's like, yeah, it's really true. You see, this is truth. This is conclusive. This is what the Lord likes. He feels happy when he hears, oh, yeah, the pastimes of Vrindavan will take away all your sufferings. Here's a devotee whose sufferings are, you see, you got to be an example of that. You got to be an example of your sufferings being taken away by this. That's guru, really. I mean, this is high quality, high class guru. It's simply Krishna takes away your sufferings and you show that to the world that, oh, you really? You mean I can follow that path too of Krishna taking away my sufferings? That sounds pretty easy. I think I'll do it. You know, instead of, well, that's a really high path. Oh, you know, this is what I hear, you know, from Vaishnavas. Oh, well, prema bhakti, you must not have it because that can't be, you know, no, you have to go through all these different stages like my gurus have told me. You know, and then, you know, after many lifetimes, Krishna will take away your sufferings because you'll feel, you know, that. And we don't even know what that is because we never seen it and we speculate on it. You got to see devotees. I mean, then it's available. When you see devotees whose sufferings are taken away by them chanting the names, and bliss is awakening when they chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, and ecstasy and the symptoms of prema described in the books, how can you not, you know, be convinced? It's like, you know, like people have a different idea. You know, even in relationships, like I won't mention names, but somebody said, yeah, well, you know, this devotee, you know, anyway, this devotee has different ideas than mine. You know, I try to convince them. They're not conclusive. You see, different ideas. Well, you know, the one who is right, and if when your intelligence grows, the one who is right is the one who is ecstatic, the most ecstatic. Isn't that really the bottom line? To those who worship Krishna with loving ecstasy, that we can see scientifically what are those visible signs. They're all in the books, the scientific books. You know, the journals. Probably you look at the Bhagavatam as a journal. You know, journal of devotees and their experiences and what they've ascertained through generations. This confirms if we're on the real path, the right path. I mean, you know, people can say, "Oh, you come on, man, we're confirmed in so many ways." You know, it's so funny. The whole world is working like that. That's why even in this crypto world, it's, you know, that why it's so solid, man. Why it's better than, there's no corruption in certain things because it's got to be confirmed by 5 confirmations or more. See, 5 confirmations, then you can say, yeah, it's solid, it's real, it's true, it's incorruptible. See, Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra, I've never seen it so much enforced. I've never seen, when I was in the Narayan Raj group, I didn't see Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra confirming anything. First of all, the Guru was not showing, I'm sorry, I can't show you the confirmation. Number 1 is Guru, man. I mean, if I'm in a Raganuga Sangha, I mean, I'm going to be looking at the Guru. I mean, what do you got to give me? You know, what am I going to learn spending my hard-earned time and valuable time and energy serving you, giving me my money, like what they've done. They built temples, they give their money, they give everything. What am I doing this for? Oh, well, here, this is your thing. Here's your prasad, man. Here's austerity, lots of rules, lots of regulations, you know. But this bhakti, oh, no, many lifetimes, you know. That's what I mean. Honestly, that's my honest. I mean, has anybody got a brain out there? Is anybody dumb? Are you just all what do you call religious sheeple? Can you actually ask yourself, why am I giving my hard-earned time to a particular guru? What am I being reciprocated with? Oh no, there shouldn't be any reciprocation. You should just be a blind fool your whole life. Okay? That's why nobody showed me anything better leaving here. They always go, they show me more blindness. They go and become blind fools. So how can I be I'm just, somebody even said it. I forgot who it was. Somebody said, if you found something more attractive, would you go? Absolutely. That's what it's about. Krishna, go, I'll go too. Yeah. I'm only here because I'm attracted here. I'm controlled by it. I'm governed by attraction. I'm governed by, I haven't found anything more profound, more wonderful than these pastimes of Krishna, because it does what it says. The book says it takes away your lamentation. Why does Lord Chaitanya like that devotee? Because he's a real devotee. He has real experiences about the highest reality. This person is conclusive. This person is an experienced spiritual master. He was even said, Guniraj Khan, his whole village was liberated, even the hogs there. That's how powerful it is to have a conclusive devotee who knows what is real and preaches that in the midst of all these liars and cheaters and the demons and religions. You don't think they're infiltrated in ISKCON and Gaudiya Math and Gaudiya Smriti and all of that? Come on, man. Maya is everywhere except in a real sadhu sangha where the devotees are. Maya stands at the door and she knows what's going on here. Yeah. She knows this. You want to get into the kingdom, you go through this door and she'll leave you alone. You don't. She'll kick your ass like she does everybody, right? I see everybody. They leave. They lose faith in this, and then Maya goes out. Okay, I'm going to kick their ass a little bit for a lifetime or so, and let them follow the illusions, simply because they don't want to stay here where Maya stays at the door and says, "I ain't going to bother you guys, man. I want to sit and listen." I'm telling you, man. This is real. You become a real devotee. Maya comes on friendly terms with you because you're out of my jurisdiction, man. The pastimes of Krishna give you happiness. The pastimes of Krishna, the name of Krishna gives you happiness. How am I going to have any jurisdiction over you? No. Only those who see, Yamaraj says, bring me those. This is in Bhagavatam. You can read it, everybody. It's a wonderful verse. Bring me those who are adverse to the honey of the holy names and pastimes of the Lord. Adverse. That means anybody adverse over here. Hey, man, you're still, Yamaraj is still after you, man. He's going to grab you and give you the results of pious and impious. What are you going to do? You're still a karmi, People say, "Oh, you told me a karmi." Well, are you? Are you a karmi? Are you in action and reaction? Of the material world, or are you saved by grace of the pastimes of the Lord? You feel just real deep bhakti lata bij attraction, growing more and more and more. Are you like that? If you're not, well, come here if you want. Oh, I want to do many lifetimes, and be a proud sannyasi. Oh, well, go ahead. It'll be a few lifetimes for you, man. You'll get in because you believe in, somewhat. You don't understand who you're worshiping very well, like us. Yeah. Go get your little titles. Go out there. Go to school. Spend all your valuable time. Because, interesting to you, to become a great scholar, in the worldly sense. Then you can preach to intelligent people. To me, an intelligent person just comes here like Amy. Now that's intelligence. She comes here and she listens and she says, wow, this is great. Oh, I like this. Ooh, this is fantastic. Oh, sorry, Shama-san's down there. There she is. All right. Shama-san. I've been missing you. You've been
And
missing
I've
me.
been waiting you. Hare Krishna, everybody.
Yeah,
Maharaj Tom is there as well.
oh, Tom is there too. Oh, thank you. Oh, there he is. Okay. All right, we got a party now. This is the simple truth, man. You come here, you get attracted to Krishna more and more. Yeah. And then you become really happy forever. Simple path. Why make it so hard, you know? Like Lolita was talking in her class, she was saying, people say there's so many paths, you know. Yeah, okay. Where are they going? Are they getting you this? Are they giving you the highest happiness? Well, but there's many paths of God. Yeah, but how much time? I mean, you see, when you have this kind of mercy, you can think straight. It gives you the ability. You instead of being cripple-minded, you become like a great genius, and you can think simply but clearly and logically. You can think, okay, many paths, you're right, many paths. All paths lie upon Krishna like pearls on a string. But hey, man, we're here to show this path because that's our mission. Everybody's showing this path and that slow path and that path. And our acharyas like Prabodhananda say, hey, give up those useless paths. They'll take you too friggin' long to attain the goal. You want to take many lifetimes? Give up the Narayan Raj path. Why not, man? That's many lifetimes. He told you with his own. I listened over and over, many lifetimes before prema. Hey, man, why don't you give it up, man? Come here and get prema in this lifetime. Come on, you got any brains yet from being in that Sangha for 20, 30 years? Or any Sangha? You want to be in ISKCON with all these guys? You know, where is the where is Krishna taking away all their lamentations and all that? Or is it money and wealth and power that are giving them some kind of position and they think that's taking away their lamentation? No. It'll give you more problems, actually. If you're I like being a guru like this, man. My disciples, they advance very quickly. They grow up and mature, man. And then I even can get some shelter from them. I can get some happiness from them. I like that. See, their kids grow up and then you lose the Ras. My kids grow up and it's a mature Ras. I love that. It makes it easy for me. I don't have to, have any problems. I like being a guru. Don't you guys, come on, wake up. Don't you want to be a guru like that? I know if they get too close to the disciples, they're miserable. They can't dissolve the karma. They can't, advance the disciples. They can't speak words that connect them to the ecstatic nature of the name and the pastime. See, another slow path. You want to do that one? That's slow. Okay, yeah, that's the path. Vaidhi Bhakti. Yeah. Give up that useless path like my Acharya guru says, Prabodhana. Give up that useful path. If you can do it, you may not understand my words, so then stay in the path if you can't understand me. At least you got something, right? You got your path there. But if you can understand me, give up that useless path that's going to take, maybe there's some use for it for a while, and then you're going to take another birth. Come here. No more births, man. You'll become free. You'll feel it, man. You'll feel, oh yeah, Krishna, you feel that there, Shamaguri? Is Krishna now taking away your lamentations, making you really happy and blissed out? Okay? Yeah, I like students like that. That's why Krishna gives me students like that. Students like Shama-san, she goes out, does her job, works really hard and everything, but she still feels a protection of Krishna. Her heart is steady and fixed on the truth, man. She likes devotees. She likes these devotees, man. I like to be around people like that. Lord Chaitanya liked to. The cream of the crop came. And you don't have to be anything special, man. Hey, man, just give up your useless friggin' past and come here, man. And you're gonna get something. You try to become the president, how hard that would be. You try to become a guru in ISKCON or Gaudiya Samiti, you know how hard that's gonna be. You come here, we'll make you all gurus, man. You'll be 1,000 times better than any guru in Gaudiya Samiti. Hey, man, been there, done that, seen, looked around, and and everything. You'll be that ladies in whites over there that they'll praise, and Shama, what's her name? Shamarani. You'll be 1,000 times more potent than them, because you'll show people the real Vrindavan, not just talk about it and speculate on it like they're all doing, every one of them. You will see, wow, look at Lalita, look at these devotees, River even, and Johan, they're talking in ecstasy like the real line does. They all do that. They chant Hare Krishna in ecstasy. That's talking in ecstasy. Starts there, doesn't it? Who's doing that? Who is doing that? That's Guru, man. Give up all these useless paths and come and do the real path. Why not? It's here. The mercy's here. I know. Sorry, I went on a little rant. Hey, man, you got to have. Hey, if there are rants in this world, I'm going to go on transcendental rants. I like it, man. Ranting away about. So, Shama-san, give us a report. What do you got to say? You come here when there's something special to be announced.
Hey, everybody. What can I say? I'm just happy to see you, and I'm just happy to be receptive that, I just hear you clearly, and it helps me very well. And yeah, I had some crazy 1 month of struggling and feeling some pressures and being sick. And of course, then I collected a lot of ideas, and I don't know actually what was about. I think something was stuck and I couldn't feel Krishna and I couldn't feel myself. Of course, it was on mental level. I remembered Krishna, I remembered you. I watched from time to time when I have time, but I was just mentally remember him,
Mm-hmm.
And then I think few days ago when I just couldn't live like this, I just started to let go of all ideas, and I talked to Lalita, and I talked to Radharani, I talked to Krishna, and then day after I felt the difference, I felt unstuck. And it's exactly like you are saying. Then slowly, piece by piece, this all struggles were taken away. And the most important, what I want to share, that I really feel this place inside of me. This is like when I could draw the picture of human being, and something between my heart and stomach. There is some button, some button which has no bottom, which has no ground. It's like from there is streaming this life energy and this connection to Krishna, to you, to Radha, to me, this living force which gives me strength and smile, and like where I feel this stream, and I feel like, okay, I trust, I trust you. I want to be alive. I want to go with you, I want that you are my companion, and I miss this. And and every time when I go through this, I am more I have more understanding to this process, and I clear my sense of guilty, because this is something big what I and beach also what I hold in me my whole life. But I see what I see. Just being in Maya, doing this all stuff, working, managing people, and trying to get a little bit more money to not working for some authority. It's just, it ends with collecting contamination. It is what it is. And but at the same time, I'm craving to be with Krishna. I'm craving to have the mornings like today to could hear you, and to not only to have physical opportunity to hear you, but really hear you. like
Mm-hmm.
to that your words are changing me, because trust me, even when I was working and I was sick and I did my projects, and Krishna was only on mental platform, as soon as I had opportunity to somebody to talk about God, then it was activated. Then the wisdom which I got from you, which is saved in me, I
Mm-hmm.
also didn't do compromise, So this is something, and this showed me that I am who I am, I live with God and we are together, and it's just beautiful. But there is no but. Yeah, this is my way, my karma, my age. I have some stuff to do, and this is
Mm-hmm.
bullshit. And I'm trying to all the time make it easy, but yeah, every time it occurs that only with Krishna it's easy. And yeah, right now I'm just trying to. Again, I'm trying. Yeah, ideally it would be live from day to day, trusting God,
Mm-hmm.
remember you, jumping here from time to time, but it's not always easy like this.
Mm-hmm.
So right now I feel relief, my bottom is activated, stream is flowing from inside, from within. I can
Yeah.
hear you clearly and I love it.
Yeah. 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 Krishna Das Kaviraj was he said a truth also. He said, if you gotta, hear regularly, because otherwise we get weak, and then it becomes hard. See, and then because with this mercy that you get being around devotees and hearing from devotees and chanting together, it makes hard things easy. Otherwise, even easy things start to become hard because we work without empowerment. See, we're working with empowerment. All of a sudden, a kind of an auspiciousness starts to happen. So more, just I think Krishna's showing you these things, personally, and that's how we learn. We're like, in school.
Yeah, definitely. And the
Yeah,
thing is to learn, to do your lessons, to go
yeah,
through it, to not give
yeah.
up,
Not
and
give,
to
yeah.
stay stick here.
Well, yeah. I mean, this is that's why. Otherwise, I learned, because I went off uh, a few times too, and then Maya just covers you up. It's really trippy how she does. It shows you how small we are. But when you're in the vibration, they're strong. You stay strong.
Yeah, it's very trippy. At some point, it feels like on mushrooms.
Yeah,
This all ideas of this material life, they are just coming up, and you cannot stand it. And you
yeah,
want Krishna because you remember him, but you are covered, you are stuck, and then you
yeah,
are like in oil. It's
yeah,
like alien,
yeah.
and yeah, and you are
Hmm.
trying to use your all power, and yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's just
interesting
working
process.
from empowerment, because and it's teamwork. See, you're a whole. Otherwise we're working with like a battery with low capacity with very little juice in it,
Oh yeah,
and then
it's such
everything's
a
a
big
struggle,
difference.
become hard. That's basically what the Garden of Eden, when God said, oh, okay, you listen to the snake. See, listening to the snake is Maya. See, Maya is everywhere, and you listen, you believe. Divisions of faith, like in Bhagavad Gita. People have different faith. You have faith in demigods or faith in demons, and there's a result in that. You listen to their word. Is it auspicious? It can be either auspicious or inauspicious, but that's still materially auspicious if you listen to good people, right? It's not good enough. Like again in her preaching this morning, a good point was there could be good gurus, nice people, nice devotees, good devotee, right? Like Shama Gurus always tell, oh, this is a nice devotee. Yeah, that's nice, and they'll just stay nice if they just have a nice guru. If they have a hypocrite guru or a liar, well, they'll probably be a bit twisted being around them, because it's all who you believe. You become like your master, who you believe in. What do you think these people, the masses are following the government, right? The government. See, government is a governor. That's the Lord's. Oh, you don't know how to take shelter of the transcendental potency? Well, you got to be governed because it's our nature. So you become a servant of the government servant, like this. And you believe in their word because we get power or disempowered by the word. People don't know this. They don't know these secrets of the Bible. That's why I'm on this path with Lord Caitanya as the primary, because he gives me an intelligence I couldn't get even with Jesus. He gives me an understanding of what the Bible is saying. That, I don't think John, who wrote that in the beginning was the Word was with God, the Word was God, knows to the extent of what he wrote personally. I know, same thing with Paul, Peter, and everything, but I know what they mean and beyond because of the mercy of Lord Caitanya in this line. Okay? This is just how it works because I was open, to learn, open, not saying, I don't want to learn anything new. Oh, I'm just going to be, same thing with, like these groups. They say, oh, I don't want to learn anything new. I'm going to stay with ISKCON gurus or Narayan Raj, gurus till the end of my life. I don't want to learn anything new. And that's the way it'll be. Yeah. So what is preaching? Preaching is to make a bridge and say, hey, man, we do have something we can contribute to you. Just like Lord Caitanya and Prabhupada's books contributed to me. If I wasn't open to this, I wouldn't be at this place. You wouldn't be here, and all this great, juicy stuff would not be going around. I'd probably be in a church, with a clerical collar or something and preaching Catholicism or something, catechism. Holy Mary, Mother of God, forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass. Oh, well, that's kind of a mixture. Yeah. Be something like that. Yeah. So, if you're same, you guys were open too. You're open to hearing this. So you didn't have to. See, and so that's the thing. And people see that's the witness program. Well, I was open to this, and look at me, I like this. And after a while, the people say, oh, I thought it was sahaja. Well, my dear friend, what does sahaja mean? Well, we don't know. If you just cry, we're going to just cry out sahaja. You cry, we cry also. You cry tears, we cry sahaja. That's what we do blindly. We don't have any idea what it is. Just if you cry tears, we cry sahaja. If you laugh, we cry sahaja. See? Yeah. Yeah. So, at every moment, Govinda protected everyone. All the sins of every person, past birth was thrown away. That's it, man. See, attraction to Krishna. Why people say, well, what rules are you following? Well, the whole point is because Krishna gives you intelligence. You start to think logically. Oh, yeah, I'm following the path of Vaidhi Bhakti to get rid of sins, right? Isn't that what they say? Chant without offenses, without sin, come sinless. And you keep chanting and chanting for 50 years and you still got sin. You still don't, you haven't dissolved it. You're more or less like you were when you started. You wonder, well, if you're wondering, thank God, after 50 years, you're starting to wonder, like, is there something more that you need to know? Well, what you need to know, if you want to be progressive in your Krishna consciousness, is how do I get my sins thrown all away? I like that. My sins are just thrown away. Well, hey, man, there's the verse, become attracted to Krishna. Well, hey, how do I do that? Well, I'm glad you asked. ISKCON and Gaudiya mean, how do you get your sins thrown away so that prema can awaken in your heart like these glorious devotees here? Well, just come inside this level of sadhu sangha where the message and the good news and the word is, hey, come and hear and associate with devotees who are ecstatic, got real prema. who cry when they chant the holy name. That is it. And their sins are being thrown far away simply because they're attracted to Krishna. And how do we know? Because they cry and laugh when they chant the holy name, just like Lord Caitanya did. The electricity is flowing through the real parampara. It's got to be like it was, like it is now. Like it is like it was when it started. See, when you know history, you can repeat it. See, if you don't know this history, that's why you see even ISKCON wants to cut it off. Why? Because they want a new standard, a new checklist. To be a guru, you got to be ecstatic and be a real resident Vrindavan, and all your sins are thrown far away. Are you kidding? That's standard. We can't. We gotta. What do we gotta? Let's get together, man. We gotta draw up a new contract. Yeah. No. It's meant to be ultimately. Let's everybody, get the same electricity that was here 550 years ago. See, we know that history. We are that history. You look at the devotees here, they're the history. You want to know what it is to talk in ecstasy? Well, look at Johann and Lalita Ganga and anybody else who chants the holy name and becomes ecstatic. See? That's why Lord Chaitanya came here, to give that kind of talking. See, talking so well that it impresses God, who awakens in your own heart, and all of a sudden, you're self-realized. That's it, man. Get to please God like that. That's it, man. When your word awakens him, what else is there to attain other than that? Or her. Maybe it's awakening her. I think it's more of a her. Then the rasa dance happens. The feeling. Great verse. I love this verse, man. It's so great. See, at every moment, Govinda protected everyone, and all sins were thrown far away, simply because they were attracted. Oops. When he attained the age of 12 years old, Krishna became very handsome. Yeah, isn't that amazing? See, Krishna, what are these pastimes? They just stories about some little boy, They actually show you how Krishna grows up in you. When you start to see, how was he growing up? What was his food? Was it really physical food? His food was the relationship between him and his devotees. That made him grow up, grow strong. See, so strong, he went after the Vaidhi Bhaktas over in Mathura, the ones that were run by, still, the Kamsa was a religious hypocrite, just like the Pharisees, just like, they're all, more or less. Come on, man. You think these sannyasis are real sannyasis more than, you think they're really following the standards of sannyasa, or they're just kind of like you? They also, just like you, not much, maybe they studied and memorized a little better, which they teach in school, right? They're kind of like that. See, so I forgot my point. Let's see, my point was, maturity. Yeah, maturity. Yeah, so Krishna matures in us. And becomes stronger and stronger. And then you see, and the same pastime comes. Now we go over to the Vaidhis. See, now they can't say Sahaja. Oh my God, they said Sahaja. Oh, I'm so devastated. It doesn't like that. Oh, yeah. And then you can convince them, like he did. You see, he went to Mathura. If you wonder why am I always harping on ISKCON and Gaudiya Meetup, everything, because this is what Krishna does. He's matured here, and then he goes to liberate the captives. Didn't Jesus say that? I've been anointed by the Spirit of the Lord to free the captives. They're captivated by all these useless paths now. That's useless compared to this, right? Why wouldn't you want a path? You just got to convince people, like, hey, man, this is where the juice is. Don't you want the electricity? of the parampara. Don't you want to know intimately who you're worshiping, like us? Don't you want to feel what God's grace feels like? Oh. So, oops, wrong thing here. Yeah. So his lotus face defeated the full moon. His charming eyes defeated Kahajana birds. He wore a peacock feather atop his curly hair, and his earrings of rubies and diamonds. On his chest was a flower garland with many colors. On his hands were golden rings and bracelets. Yeah, okay. All right. Now, let's see here. Chaitanya Mongol. I haven't read that in a long time. Preface. Lochan Das was born in 1520 AD in the Kogram within Goramandala, West Bengal. He was a disciple of Narahari Sakara Thakur, an intimate eternal associate of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. See, intimate eternal associate. That's the target. First of all, to become like that, an intimate, eternal associate. And people think, oh, is that too hard to do? It takes so many lifetimes to become an associate. I would never. No, let's just have Prabhupada, the only internal associate of Lord Chaitanya and Radha and Krishna for 10,000 years. What about us? Isn't that why the Lord came here, to get us connected like that? Or is it always, see, that distance goal is always there until you get the message. The message is the word of God. See, the word of God comes from his intimate associates, right? Sometimes that word is just give them a bunch of rules, get things going. And sometimes that word is the really good news of deliverance, such as you hear here. Hear, hear. Hear, hear. Hear the message, man. This is the message. It's a prophecy. Always like that, isn't it? If you're with a real guru, they better be a prophet. Otherwise, what good is that? They better prophesize about your life, man. Oh, you're going to feel real auspiciousness. And people do, because it's true. I just speak truth, man. Truth of what's in my life and what's in the books, confirming it. And in your life too now, because you're coming here and I'm seeing the results here and I can preach about it. I can use you as examples, witnesses. They can't say, Gohar, you're in false ego, always talking about yourself. Yeah, now I'm talking about the self in them now. They always misunderstand because they think it's related to me. See, now I talk about the self in you, the same self, right? Same Krishna. What's the difference between the Krishna in you and the Krishna in me? Just Ras, just a different Ras, your own personal Ras. That's it. We're just here to reveal the different facets of his and her personality. Okay? That's called intimacy, man. Are you good with that? Do you want to be intimate with the God and Goddess like that? You want to have real relationships? You want to have a real family like this? Like I'm so tickled, man. This is the family I have with you guys. I couldn't even dream of having such a family. It's so much better than that and getting better, more mature all the time. You notice? The family here will never end. Even if we had different bodies, we'll always recognize each other. You know that? Why? Because we're in our spiritual body now. Now, that's why the Vaides, they're not in their spiritual body all the way up into Narayam Raj groups. I was there. I mean, when I have the highest guru in the Narayam Raj thing wouldn't even look at me in the elevator, just see that this guy is so terrible. That's contamination. That's really the truth. What are you get promoting that is Guru Dave? Come on, man. Guru Dave is somebody who's an intimate associate of the Lord and proves it, and then makes intimate associates of the Lord. That's like really proof of work, God's work upon this Sangha, man. God's hand upon this Sangha in a slap, and sometimes offers you a flower, right? Yeah. Got to have a nice slap sometimes and a nice flower sometimes. Club sometimes, sword, Sudarshan chakra. Cut off these false concepts. You notice the Sudarshan is only to cut the heads off, right? Stop people from speaking bullshit, man, and nonsense. Yeah, that's all I use that for. And if you ever see that, we just cut people's heads off, but not physically. Philosophically, we just the Sudarshan chakra appears and spins very fast, man. You can't even see its rotations. It's going so fast, but then it does its job. It goes out there and cuts off that concept, that false idea, like that. Reactions, Shama-san, what do you think?
I just wonder. I just want you to stay here as long as is possible. I'm worried already when I will be alone without you and Lalita in 40, 50 years. I'm trying to control this feeling, like stay forever.
Yeah, well, Lord Chaitanya sometimes gives that boon. You never know. He gave the boon to Srivas and Advaita. Advaita lived till 125 years. And the Lord says, you and Srivas your bodies will not be ravaged by any disease or pains or anything like that. So, yeah. So who knows? Whatever we got. Just let us keep singing the glories of the Lord every day while we're here.
She starts young enough.
Yeah. Yeah, you and others that are young, you're going to carry this on. Don't worry. If anything, if the devotees here or the older ones disappear, you'll see the Lord will appear stronger in you. That's just how he does it. It's how he did it. When he disappeared, he became stronger in the devotees, like Rupa and Sanatan, and strengthened them from within. That's why Jesus said, hey, it's good for you that I leave, because I go to the Father and I'm going to send the Spirit. So the Spirit, like Prabhupada became, his guru disappeared. There was no havoc in his life. He was all preparing. I was talking to OBL Kapoor, who knew him like when he was younger. And he would always see Prabhupada playing Mridanga, learning this and learning that. And they asked Prabhupada, what are you doing? Oh, I'm preparing for my preaching work in the future. He knew. Bhakti Siddhanta knew. He said, at a certain time, Prabhupada wouldn't do everything.
Yeah, Guru Maharaj, I feel like I'm learning to trust God completely, But
Yeah.
I feel that I not always can, And then I go through this hell, and then I trust him more, and I feel him more, and even to this point that I talk to him, in my mind, in my heart, to him, to Radha, and I'm pretty sure that they respond me, It's very hard to explain how this voice, how these words manifest themselves, but it's more clear, more sharp, and I love it, because it's something different when you think that you talk to God, and it's something different when you feel that you talk to God, you know, like you are walk to walk and you just tell him the stories, you know, it's like, wow. But then I'm losing this. It's not losing, it's covered, and it's just fucking exhausting sometimes. I don't want to complain because right now I'm really happy and I appreciate and I'm on my way and the streaming is activated and I understand what happened, you know, again. But yeah, I'm learning. And
Yeah, we're all learning. It's great, man. Learning never stops. It's fun. It's fun to learn. This is learning that lasts forever. I like that kind of learning. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. Following his guru's order, Lochan Das sat on a stone slab under the Badari tree and started writing the Chaitanya Mangal on a piece of bark. Since Vrindavan Das Thakur had already written the book entitled Chaitanya Mangal, the leading devotees in Vrindavan, Sri Raghunath Das Goswami and Sri Jiva Goswami and Keshava Pandit and Pandit Haridas Goswami and Acharya, not Acharya or something, met to resolve the problem. They decided henceforth Vrindavan Das's book would be called Chaitanya Bhagavat, and Lochan Das's Thakur's book would remain Chaitanya Mangal. Okay, so let's read something here. The Glories of Advaitacharya, Chapter 3. Blissful feelings arise in my body as I begin to describe the wonderful pastimes of Lord Gaur. One day, Gaur Hari, Srivas, and other associates, and you know, one thing I just wanted to, you see that blissful feelings arise in my body. That's attraction, you know, because the Lord is transcendental. We need the association of devotees to invoke that. See, the start is with the books. It starts out, and usually it's not quite enough to get that awakened, and you need the devotees who are the devotee Bhagavats, and they also have blissful feelings when they chant these verses, awaken in them. That's why they were written, and that's why they're spoken. And then this is the flavor of God, or what do you call this? The scent and the fragrance of the Lord comes through those blissful recitations, you know. So that's what it's all about.
You need the association because the Lord is there.
Yeah.
Because then you have the Lord very close to you. That's actually.
Yeah. That's right. Srivas and other associates visited Advaitacharya. Some devotees sang melodiously, some danced, and some chanted Nam. Suddenly, Gaur Hari broke into a dance, sending everyone into ecstasy. Inundated with waves of prema, the devotees' bodies became covered with horripilation, and tears rained forth as they lost their balance. Hey, River, you want to read something? Or do you want to read something, Shama-san? Do you want to read something while you're here?
I have at 12 yoga classes. I am longer than I should be. On Sunday, I come and I will read.
Okay.
I will stay here 15 minutes more.
Okay. Go ahead. Does it River you want to read, or who else? Or Lalita?
I always want to read, but I see the river has a book in her hands. She wants to
Yeah,
read.
yeah. Well, I don't think she did any class today either. Did you do any class or anything? You're muted there.
No, because you came on live, so I didn't do it.
Okay, so you can go and read now.
What would you like me to read?
What would you like to read? Say you were doing a class now. What would
I
you
was
do?
going to read from where I've been reading from the Chaitanya Bhagavat,
Okay.
Anjukanda chapter 7.
All
It's
right.
about Gadaha Pandit, and I'm on chapter 7 it is, and it's page. I just need to check my page. Page 735, Lalita. And it's the first paragraph at the top. Thank you, Maharaj. All glory, respectful obeisances to your lotus feet, Maharaj. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Oh, one thing about before I forget, Lalita, you were wondering in that who he was talking to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
my English will.
yeah. No, he's just talking. He's creating a person. He's just talking.
Oh,
He's just saying.
I will reread it then.
Yeah. He's just like creating this person. Oh, he's saying like pretending like he's talking to somebody.
Sometimes it's clear, sometimes not,
Yeah,
but that's because of language,
Yeah. Okay, go ahead, River.
Okay.
What page did you say? What page?
735, and it's the first paragraph.
Okay.
All the devotees of Jagannath. Okay. All the devotees of Jagannath who were present there were awed by his presence. Now they also began to experience spiritual bliss by seeing Nityananda's state of ecstasy. Those of them who did not know Nityananda, upon inquiry, were informed that he was the brother of Krishna Chaitanya. Nityananda, the most compassionate one, the most compassionate one, went around embracing the servitors of Sri Jagannath and drenching their bodies with tears of ecstasy. Thereafter, Sri Nityananda proceeded to meet Sri Gadaha Pandit at his home. At his home. The wonderful affection shared between Nityananda and Gadaha Pandit can be described only by the Supreme Lord himself. The home of Sri Gadaha was blessed. Was blessed by the presence of the deity of Gopinath. Of Gopinath, which is so charming, a form that it appears as though Vraj Kumara, Sri Krishna himself, Sri Krishna himself is standing there. Sri Chaitanya had personally embraced this deity form, even if even an atheist or agnostic, was to actually see the deity. He would surely forget his mistaken views. Nityananda seen the exquisite form and posture of Gopinath. Sprouted incessant tears of ecstasy from his eyes. When Srila Gadadhar learnt about the Lord's arrival, he immediately stood up from his reading of the Srimad Bhagavatam and hurried to meet the Lord. They rushed and embraced firmly. They rushed and embraced firmly as tears flowed incessantly. They then offered obeisances to each other as they profusely eulogized each other. They felt that their eyes were now purified. They felt that their eyes were now purified upon seeing each other. Excuse me. They felt that their eyes were now purified upon seeing each other, and their lives had now found a real meaning. And meaning and purpose. They lost touch. They lost touch with each. They lost touch with their own bodies and external surroundings as they floated on the ocean of spiritual happiness. happiness. The devotees who were present to witness the wonderful events. Wonderful events were greatly moved by spiritual sentiments and experience divine bliss. Divine bliss. No one before had ever witnessed such expressions of love and affection. Nityananda Nityananda and Gadadhar were so close of love and affection. Nityananda and Gadadhar were so close that neither could tolerate anyone speaking ill about each about the other. Excuse me. Nityananda and Gadadhar were so close that neither could tolerate anyone speaking ill about the other. In fact, Sri Gadadhar had taken a vow not to see the face of anyone who criticized Nityananda and to reject the association of anyone who dislikes Nityananda. Anyone who disliked Nityananda, once they calm themselves, once they
You see how this love of God stayed? It's like that. It's just they accepted ecstatic devotees because that's the intimacy. That's how God stays around. And rejecting. It's that's Raganuga Bhakti, is accepting what is favorable to one's worship and what is unfavorable, rejecting. So rejecting. That's why those who reject this, they're rejecting God. In other words, it's like Jarasandha. You would think doing the rules and regulations of the Lord is really pleasing the Lord. Well, maybe to a certain extent, if you're feeling happy doing it, okay. Actually, a better thing is if you're feeling unhappy doing it, because it gets you a better result if this is here. See, if you're unhappy doing the rules and regulations, which can't give you really extraordinary. I mean, you might be even though you might have some happiness doing rules and regulations, compared to the happiness of what the Lord came here to bring us with his devotees, it's like a thimble. It's like nothing. It's not even a drop. Yeah. And so they taught principles of this by their behavior. If anybody criticized a real devotee, they were out there preaching about it, and saying, hey, they stood for this. They stood up for this. Somebody had to. Otherwise, there's people who are standing up for Maya and trying to overwhelm the spiritual consciousness. So if it's going to be here, it has to be preached. It has to be, they stood up for each other. Devotees don't have to stand up for themselves because, people think it's false ego. But you stand up for the devotees. You stand up for them, and then you'll get to Vrindavan. Just like Krishnadas Kaviraj, he stood up for a devotee. See, he stood up and he preached against the Brahmin. Yeah. So why do people have a problem with me? I stand up and I preach against Brahmins and sannyasis and all that. If they're saying that they can bring you to Vrindavan, I preach against them. See? And am I really against them or actually for them? I'm actually for the truth that will set them free. What good is it for them to stay in illusion simply because nobody has the power to stand up? I stand up for the truth, man. That for the sake of everybody. People don't understand. Everybody is so self-interested and self-centered in the false ego. They think it's all about, being something, looking good, being important. Even here in the Sangha, people fall into that illusion. If I say something that I'm standing up for the truth just to help them, and they think, oh, why are you doing this? Why don't I want to be important. I want to be, I want to be respected. And they get disrespected. See? So you have the wrong one. You don't have desires of devotees. The devotees want to respect the truth, right? Stand up for the truth. Stand up for ecstatic devotees in this world. Why not, man? Isn't that what the disciples of Jesus did? Didn't they stand up for a transcendental personality? They went out preaching about the glories of their transcendentally empowered guru, spiritual master. They were disciples. See, they stood up for that in this world, and therefore that's why we still have Jesus. What do you stand for in this world? That's why we're building an army of people standing up for the truth. Truth of what? Ecstatic devotion. The true conception of ecstatic devotion. True conception of Guru Tattva. What is a true Guru? Standing up for it. How do you stand it? You open your mouth. Okay? You stand up, you open your mouth, preach the truth. The truth is, that's the Sudarshan chakra. It cuts down the illusion. See, people, well, why are they weak? Even you can all look all the way even on the material level. Why are people weak in the world? Why are they all masked up and thinking that breathing is bad for them? By who they associate with and who they believe in, right? Because they're standing up. Fauci's standing up for his lie, right? The demons lie. I'm not against him. Not against him. They're following their nature, right? They lie hypocritically. They're hypocrites. They tell you to do something they don't do. That's what they do. Yeah. You think Fauci got the real shot? Are you kidding? You think he's stupid? Like these people that follow the sheeple? He's a liar and a hypocrite. All of them. They're all liars and hypocrites. Yeah. Even in religion, look at the Pope. Anybody who believes in the Pope, you're really still a fool. You're really asleep, man. You don't see what's going on. See? And in religion, do you see what's going on in religion yet? Oh, you see the hypocrisy of that like Jesus does. See, therefore, he stood up for it. Yeah, he stood up for the truth. And look, people get set free. And see, you got to get strong to do that. And when you do it, then people start to, they see somebody else to listen to. See, because the voices in Maya are very loud, very aggressive. Yeah, go ahead there, River. Just wanted to say a couple of words.
It's true, yes. Thank you. Once they calmed themselves, they sat down and performed Kirtan. Srila Gadadhar Pandit begged Nityananda to accept noon prasadam.
Yeah, so, basically we're showing, like River says, who's really an authority. We got to stand up for who's really the authority. Yeah. Who is the greatest authority? Do you know the greatest authority? See, I'm standing up. I'm saying I stand up for this. The greatest authority is Vrindavan. The greatest authority is a devotee that's in the mood of Vrindavan, that has that grace. All their sins are thrown far away. They chant the holy name in great ecstatic devotion. I stand for that truth. If anybody's standing up for something else, I say it's a lie. It's some kind of speculation. It's bullshit. It doesn't agree with what I'm reading, what I'm ascertaining in these books. I stand up for that. See? Because they're standing up for their speculations. They think you can be a guru with a checklist. I say false. That is false. You cannot. That is not the standard. The standard is Prabhupada's book, chapter 1, Anadi Leela. Can you deliver your disciples? Do they have the symptoms of being delivered? Tears in the eyes. Are you saved? Are you raised to the transcendental platform in association with a real devotee? Well, you'll have real symptoms of being saved. Are you around a real Jesus-like personality? He saved people, didn't he? Oh, you think it's just, well, that's the problem. There are many people, Christians, that aren't saved, even though they believe in Jesus. They don't know the process. They don't know what it means to be saved. Same thing with Vaishnava. They don't know the process of being saved. They don't know what it is, even though they got the books right before them, because their gurus aren't describing the process, because they're an example of saving anybody, even themselves. If you're saved or they're saved, let's see some friggin' tears, man. Let's see some ecstatic laughing. Let's see some talking in ecstasy, beginning with the Hare Krishna mantra. Let's see you talk in ecstasy, chanting that name. Show people what love of God is. Otherwise, what is this thing? Nobody knows because nobody shows. How are we going to know what love of God is unless you see somebody relishing and tasting love of God and showing the example of how to get it, how you got it, right? It's like Lalita gave a nice testimony. She said, hey, man, I wouldn't have got this in a million years on my own. That's testimony. That's truth. They need to know that. You won't get it in a million years with gurus who don't have ecstasy like her guru. You're an example of not getting it, and she's an example of following the real path that leads to the desired result. I was singing desired result, getting the desired result for 5 years, and nobody got the desired result in any of the sanghas except here. We're getting the desired. What is it? Does any Vaishnava even ask what is the desired result? Exactly what you see here is the desired result. There ain't any other desired result. It's even the result the Lord wanted in his most high devotees. That's how we know. And that's what we show by their mercy, being in the real line. That's what I stand up for, the truth like that. People don't like it, too bad. You're going to get it anyway. Because my Lord came here to give truth like that, whether people asked for it or not. Why? I'm any better than him? I got to do what he did if I'm a real servant. Whether you ask for it or not, you're going to get the truth. Whether you ask for it or not, you're going to see ecstasy. I don't care who said, I don't care. Narayan Maharaj said not supposed to show. He ain't my authority. Radha and Krishna and Lord Caitanya and the order of Prabhupada is my authority. He can follow his own authority. They ain't my authority. The government ain't my authority. They don't, rules and regulations not my authority. Love of God is my authority. I work under the influence of that intoxication, man. Right, Lalita? Isn't that nice? We're under the influence. And we can still drive a car. That's how good this ecstasy is. They can't throw me in jail for being too intoxicated on the holy name, can they? See, it's out of their jurisdiction. Alcohol isn't. No, you get drunk, you drive, man, they'll throw you in a clink if they catch you. or you have some accident or something terrible in the karmic thing will happen. But hey, under this influence, the cops can't even figure out what drug you're on. It doesn't show up in any tests. It's not in their jurisdiction. And it's
You're
more
even
power.
extra. Oh,
What?
sorry. You're even extra protected when you drive the car. I remember that. I was really intoxicated and I thought, shall I dare? But very, very, and I saw everything. It was really, I had a good sight. It was really
Everything, yeah. Green lights everywhere, right? No red lights, green lights. Yeah. Yeah, go ahead there.
Okay. Srila Gadaha Pandit begged Sri Nityananda to accept Noon Prasadam. Unknown to Srila Gadaha, the Lord had brought with him from Bengal a large amount of rice paddy for offering to Gopinath. The rice was of a very superior quality. He also had bought colorful and exquisite cloth material. He bought these two items and gave them to Srila Gadaha. Gadaha saying, this rice is for offering to Sri Gopinath. When Sri Gadaha saw the quality of the rice, he said, I have never set eyes on such a fine quality of rice. My lord, did you bring this rice so caringly all the way from Vaikuntha to Gopinath? For Gopinath, Sri Lakshmi Devi alone is eligible to cook this rice. Sri Lakshmi Devi alone is eligible to cook this rice, which is to be offered first to Sri Krishna and then to his devotees for them to honor his prasadam, thus praising the high quality of rice. Sri Gadaha took it along with the beautiful cloth for presentation to Sri Gopinath. He draped the cloth around the deity and feasted his eyes upon the combined beauty of the cloth and Gopinath. Feeling great ecstasy, Sri Gadaha went about arranging for the noon offering of Gopinath. He collected varieties of spinach growing wild in the garden and picked up the tender leaves from a tamarind sapling, from which he made a paste by adding salt to prepare chutney. The pious and fortunate Sri Gadaha cooked rice and other simple and delicious presentations. His cooked rice and other simple, delicious presentations. He arranged the offering plate and bought it. And bought it before Gopinath. Just at that instant, good Gorachandra appeared with a with a beaming face. Chanting the Maha Mantra. He softly called out Gadaha's name, who was then overwhelmed with spiritual emotion and began to offer prayers to the Lord. Began to offer prayers to the Lord with great respect. Smiling benignly, Gorachandra said, "My dear Gadaha, am I not invited to the feast?" I am not a stranger to you, O Nityananda. Excuse me. If you refuse me, then I will take the prasadam by force. If you refuse me, then I will take the prasadam by force. I certainly will not pass up this rare opportunity to take prasadam. Which has been bought by Nityananda, cooked by you. Cooked by you and offered to Gopinath. Both Nityananda and Gadaha were ecstatic. Gadaha bought a plate of prasadam and placed it before Gorachandra. And the aroma from the rice spread all over the temple, all over the temple premises and garden. Gadaha Chandra repeatedly praised the rice and instructed Gorachandra repeatedly praised the rice and instructed Gadaha to divide the rice into 3 equal portions as he desired to honor prasadam with his Nityananda and Gadaha. When they also sat down, Gorasundra began to glorify the cooking, saying, "The aroma from this rice is sure to reward anyone with bhakti." what an expert cook you are. What an expert cook you are. I have never had such a delectable spinach preparation.
See, that's the aroma from the rice. We're the rice. See, and the cooking, chanting. See, the aroma, this chanting is going to give Krishna to others. Otherwise, nobody will know Krishna. You have to have him cooked. This is how you cook Krishna. The bread of life. You got to chew Krishna, taste him. And that aroma goes out. Otherwise, they have the aroma, material aromas, all material smells. Where's the spiritual smell? Where's that aroma? Where's that flavor? See, that's in devotee eating, tasting. The aroma goes out. Otherwise, nobody knows what is Krishna, Yeah. So it's kind of like that. You want to pick up there, Lalita? Or how about Tom? You want to read a little bit where she is? Yeah, let him read a little bit. Thank you there,
Okay.
Reverend. Great reading.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Yeah.
737, and it's at the top, really. What an expert cook you are. Or you could just read from the paragraph before. Gadaha and the aroma. It's at the bottom of 736. It's at the bottom, just there. That's better, actually.
You're muted, Tom. Oh. Is everybody frozen?
No. Tom, read. Yeah, read. You're still muted. Do you hear anything? Do you hear Tom? Okay, he's going to go off and come back on. Okay. Nope. Okay, so you get it worked out until, yeah. Okay, Lalita, you're on. Batter up.
Okay, Guru
Butter up.
Maharaj.
Butter up.
Thank you so much. All glories to you. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. En ons discipline. I will start. Gadadhara brought the plate. He brought a plate of prasadam. And he placed it before Gaurachandra. And the aroma. And the aroma from the rice spread all over the temple, premises, and garden. Gaurachandra, he repeatedly, he praised the rice. He praised the rice. And he instructed Gadadhara to divide the rice into 3 equal portions as he desired to honor prasadam with his Nityananda and his Gadadhara. When they also sat down, Sutara, he began to glorify the cooking, saying, the aroma from this rice is sure to reward anyone with bhakti.
There you go, man. Can you see how the Lord speaks in hints and you see, is anybody getting this? Is anybody getting this? See, this is how you get Krishna consciousness. You know, you got to see the rice, the cooking of the rice. See, yeah, see, this is chanting in ecstasy. This is chanting the holy name. This is cooking the rice, cooking up something with Krishna, you know. And basically people will get Krishna that way. And that's the only way. That's why it says not by any other process other than the devotees, you know, cooking rice, man, cooking their relationship, seeing their relationship is cooking with Krishna, man, isn't it? Are you cooking? There should be the motto. Are you cooking with Krishna? You know, otherwise I don't want to eat any of that cooking, man. I'm not interested. I like that. See, the Lord praised the aroma. See, oh, look at this cooking of a devotee, man. Look at these conceptions that come from their cooking, from their chanting and ecstasy. Oh, this aroma. Oh, this flavor. These are the books we read. Can you imagine being a reader of those books? You know, because you're the book reader. See, you know, books, they need a reader. You know, otherwise you can't read the word. We don't have any proper readers of the scriptures. That's the person who is writing. You know, you got to be on the same platform, ecstatic. You know, to really to bring that aroma forth. You got to use those books as your like your cooking pots and all that stuff. You cook in those pots. See, sacred pots. You know, so that's it. And then the aroma, whoever likes that, whoever praises that, that's the way. Isn't that nice? If you're not praising the cooking of devotees, you're not praising our cooking. We're just, didn't even know. We're just here in the kitchen. This is our kitchen. We're cooking. You know, and people don't praise what's going on here, then you don't get the aroma. That means you're not on the same page as the Lord. You know?
Does the sound work now?
Yeah. You want to read? You can
Yes,
read.
yes.
Go for it. Yeah, go for it, Tom. You're on. Enthusiasm is the.
My
is
God. The
aroma.
aroma.
Go ahead.
Yeah, the aroma. The aroma from this rice is sure to reward anyone with bhakti. Wow. What an expert cook you are. I have never had such a delectable spinach preparation. You are the best of cooks, and I've made a unique item with tamarind leaves, which requires great skill. Now I am sure that you are also cooking in Vaikunta. Now I am sure that you are also cooking in Vaikunta.
See, Lord eats that spinach. You know, isn't it funny? You think it's a coincidence that Popeye eats spinach and gets strong? And Lord Chaitanya eats spinach of his devotees and feels like enlivened and strength from that? You see? What do you think's happening inside you guys? That's our little cooking secret. You didn't know, huh? We have a cooking secret of how to give Krishna strength in people. You know, because we're the cooks. You know, he likes our cooking. You notice? If he likes our cooking, he starts to praise it, man. You know. Go ahead, Tom.
I wanted to get that spinach out of the fridge. Yes, it has to be alive.
Yeah, this frozen. I mean, yeah, frozen tea. Yeah, too much.
Yes.
Yeah, we get it out of the fridge, man. You know, that's the problem. Yeah, it's everything that is a glory of Krishna or a non-glory. People are frigid, you know, because Krishna in them is frigid, no feelings. You ever see a frigid woman? You know, they just all like frigid, man. There's no emotion, no, you know, it's like there's nothing, you know. So Krishna's frigid in people, frozen, you know. No, you don't see no energy, no life, no love, no devotion, no ecstasy, no
It feels like my heart
aroma.
is stuck. Yeah, like my heart is stuck. It's not pumping. It's not working. It's fridged.
It's in the fridge, man. Let's get it
It's
out.
too much. It's awful. I want to become. It has to be alive. This
Yeah.
finish.
Yeah, you're a perfect candidate for Raganuga Bhakti. See,
Wow.
and yeah, and if you didn't see devotees relishing this ecstasy, how would you develop a desire for it? You know, it's amazing how hypocritical stuff is. You can't help it. I don't mean any faults, but it's just such hypocrisy. People in Raganuga Sanghas, but no Raganuga. Crying schools and no crying. Unbelievable. And people believe that's the way it is because they're so used to hypocrisy. We don't see a devotee Bhagavad is supposed to be a devotee Bhagavad. It's supposed to be like the book. You know, when you hear Lord Chaitanya cries and it feels bliss, well, the devotee cries and feels bliss, like you read in a book. They represent that transcendental Lord. All of a sudden, that standard goes out the window. See, because people haven't seen real gurus. Even the real gurus haven't been shown. Prabhupada wasn't showing enough. He's given us that job, right? Yeah, Prabhupada came to me, has my full approval. Come on, show them what I didn't show them. Teach them what I didn't teach them. Put it in my book. Okay, now you're ready. Now you're on, man. Get on stage. You ever know when there's a play, there's a time for your part to play, right? You get on stage. That's what we're doing. All the world's a stage, man. But who's on that stage? You know? Religious leaders, you know, who have no ecstasy and no real life. They're on stage, man. And people are watching the movie, watching the play. Hey, man, we're on stage now. Hey, man, hey. Well, we didn't come to see that play. Why? You get off? No, we're staying on the stage, man. You're going to see it whether you like it or not, whether you asked it for it or not. We're on stage now, man. Exit stage right, you guys. Get off there, man. Don't you see the little thing pulling you off, man? It's time for Lord Chaitanya to be preached, his ecstasy to be preached, you know, and the words that come from that ecstasy, the realizations that come from that ecstasy to preached. No more baloney going around. No more passing the baloney. We're going to pass the real Krishna around here. They're just passing baloney, man. What is this baloney, man? We don't want any baloney. We want Krishna, man. Pass him around. Pass him to me, you know. I want to catch it. I want to be a quarterback, man. You know, what do you want to just always being blocked by the blockers? No, you come here. We make quarterbacks here. We're going to throw you the baby. You're going to throw you the football, man. You know, you're going to get the ball, man, and carry it and make a field goal. You're going to be like that. We're here to do that. You're going to be acharyas. See, we're here to make acharyas. That can't even come out of the mouths of these gurus. Now, they would never dare say they're going to make charyas, but we just make them. We don't have to. I say it, but it's a fact, man. I'm making acharyas here. Acharya is somebody who can talk in ecstasy. Just like Lord Chaitanya, wasn't he an acharya? Wasn't Dwaita? He was talking in ecstasy, and you guys are talking in ecstasy. I think we're making acharyas here. Yeah, that means examples of bhakti. You're an acharya when you preach the cult of pure devotional service, and if you talk in ecstasy by chanting the holy name, you are an authority in this world, better than 1,000 acharya days without the acharya devotion. You know, I'm not impressed with piano playing. It better be some bhakti back in that. Let's see you talk in ecstasy. That's the new standard, man. Otherwise, get off stage. We're on stage now. We're teaching the real standard. We want the whole world to hear the real standard, right, Tom? It's it, man. What is the real standard? Talk in ecstasy. Chant the name of God in ecstasy. Chant his pastimes in ecstasy. And prove it by your realizations are like in the book as it is. Now, I think it's time to dance on the stage. Go ahead.
Ah!
There, Tom. There you go, man. Get it out, man.
Ah!
Hey,
I feel
see,
like a
lion
volcano.
like. Let's see, we
It's
make
too
lions
much.
here. See, demonstratable lions.
Lions with balls.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my
Out of
God.
Lolita's mouth. Oh my goodness.
Guru Maharaj, he's writing it in all the classes, Tom. I can't help it. I see
Oh,
it.
really? So he's doing it.
Yes.
It's your fault, Tom.
My ball training day. Today it's day 7 or something. I don't know, but it's wow. I
Yeah,
really feel it. Yeah,
energy,
it
man.
has to come out. It has to come out.
Yeah. Go for it, man.
And with this motion with these balls, like the picture. Yeah,
Oh,
like
yeah. Those balls.
turning around to some weight. I don't know how
Yeah.
it's called, but to express and
Yes.
wow.
You're athletic today. It's athlete.
Yeah, my heart wants to not be suppressed. Yeah,
All right, man. Yeah.
the aroma. now now I'm sure that you are also cooking in Vaikunta. Yes, I'm sure you're also cooking in Vaikunta. Now that this secret is out. Yes. Now that this secret is out, is there any need for you to hide this truth any longer?
No need at
Yeah.
all.
Now that this secret is out, is there any need for you to hide this truth any longer?
I didn't hear you, Tom. Can you speak a little louder?
I am sure that you are also cooking in Vaikunta. Now that this secret is out, is there any need for you to hide this truth any longer? Oh, I don't know this word. Jocular. This jocular mood prevailed all the while as the Prabhus took prasadam. What is jocular? This jocular mood prevailed all the while as the Prabhus took prasadam. I want to look up jocular. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Jocular. Disposed to joking. From Latin, funny, comic. Diminutive of yokos, pastime, a joke. It's a joke. It's a joke. It's a joke. This jocular mood prevailed all the while as the Prabhus took prasadam. Yes, it's a joke. It's just a joke. They were the most intimate group who were bound to each other by an unbreakable bond of love. They were the
Mhm.
most intimate group who were bound to each other by an unbreakable bond of love.
That's Vrindavan, man. That's what's here. See, this is unbreakable bond of love and attraction and affection for Krishna. He's the center of our attraction, right? He's the center. And we have this special attraction. This is preaching, that special attraction that nobody knows. It's so rare to see, even amongst religious Vaishnavas. Okay? Okay? We're here to preach Vrindavan, to show how great it is, to show how fantastic it is to worship the Lord like this and not be daunted by those who don't know, those who are inconclusive, don't understand the greatest happiness. Don't we prove every day we understand the greatest happiness? Doesn't the Lord take our miseries away? Doesn't our ecstatic worship free us, give us boldness? I can preach. I can chastise Brahmins, sannyasis, and gurus. That's the power that Krishna gives. Why not, man? Why shouldn't he? Shouldn't we show the authority he gives us because of this paramount grace, this fantastic grace? I haven't seen this grace yet. I didn't get it in the Rhyme Raj. I didn't get this grace in Radhakund Babaji's. I got it here. This grace comes in the real line. I was born for this. Prabhupada proved it. I was born for this. He came to me and said, okay, activate, man. Activate, people. Finish the work I started. Hey, isn't it? You think he finished the work to make you an external devotee only, or are you here to move on? So, hey, man, I can get you don't accept my message. A lot of people out there, that's okay. Somebody will, and that person will be liberated in this life. These words don't come. These words come true. They're not lies. So you preached it. Why wouldn't you go to at least try them out? Somebody's saying you'll be liberated in Vrindavan. You get Vrindavan. Why wouldn't you want to try out somebody? See if you don't make 10 times the advancement. Like in crypto, man, you get it right. If you get a good coin, that's they call goes parabolic, and you get 10x, 20x, 30x. Come and see if this isn't like Jesus says, when you get the real word of God from a real person who speaks that word, see if it doesn't increase in you 10-fold, 20-fold, 30-fold, 100-fold, like in some devotees here. Why not just it? Anybody a little greedy out there? If not, go stay in the Vaidhi pile there. Spend a few lifetimes, with that message. See, the message is, many lifetimes you'll get prema. You don't like this word? You don't like the truth? That's the truth there. Many they still don't get it. Their highest gurus haven't gotten it there. Their highest gurus is like down on the foothills to me, that's the God's honest truth. The highest guru like that, they consider Narayan Raj the highest guru. I'm looking down and they look at like they're in the foothills. Why wouldn't you want to be on top of the mountain, man? All you have to do is hear this message, hear this call from the top of the mountain. And we prove we're on the top. We're king of the hill because the queen is with us. That makes us king of the hill. This message is from the king because it was authorized by the woman. It's always the woman that's in control, right? Radha. This is under the influence and inspiration of her. The king is always under the inspiration of Radha. What message is given, right? The message is given because the king is very inspired by her to speak such a message because she's feeling very merciful, and it's put mercy in that hard-hearted king. King is like, you had to be, to get Krishna, you had to be so qualified to get Vrindavan. He sealed it. I'm king and I'm only going to be with advanced devotees and none of you are getting in here. And Radha softened his heart, and so much so she says, now you're going to come again. I'm going to order you to come to the material world, and I'm going to be your instructor. I'm going to be your inspirer, and you're going to speak words of extraordinary mercy. You're not just going to keep this in our little Vrindavan here. We're going to publicly preach Vrindavan to the point of ecstatically making more residents there. making sense to anybody? Hey, so the king's got a new message here because of Radha is very inspiring the king to speak authoritatively about these. Just feels like giving riches out because of her. Okay? That's how this whole thing works. You know? It's all because of the sweeper in the background. Humble sweeper, Radharani, is always sweeping, giving the happiness to us. What is our happiness really Krishna? I think it's for our way of worship. I think it's her. I like being in her presence. What about, I don't know about you guys? What about you, Tom? Do you like Radha? You like that
Of
bhakti?
course. I want to do his test sound, yes?
Yeah, go ahead. Go do that.
That was a Mac.
Yeah, you see, like guys, it's like Krishna. He whistles when he sees Radharani, man. He's a whistler. He's just, ever heard that one? When he sees Radha, that's how what he thinks. He starts whistling Dixie. Go ahead.
Wow. They were the most intimate group who were bound to each other by an unbreakable bond of love. That's our first reality. We are one heart. We are one heart. And then the expressions come from that mouth and that
Yeah.
person and that we are one heart. It's unbreakable bond of love. That's us. Yes. They were the most intimate group who were bound to each other by an unbreakable bond of love. Whoa. Each knew the intensity of the other's love, and they relished prema ras along with the prasadam of Gopinath. Each knew the intensity of the other's love, and they relished prema ras along with the prasadam of Gopinath. The matters spoken by Gaura Chandra in this company were never mentioned before anyone else. The matters spoken by Gaura Chandra in this company were never mentioned before anyone else.
Yeah, these are all secrets, and we actually explain these are the purport here on those secrets. Otherwise, nobody knows. It's all in their secret, their codes in the book. You know, just it's all codes, and the bhakti breaks the codes. Without this pure bhakti, that's what we're here to do, man. I stand up. This is all real pure bhakti. All the other stuff was still more or less baloney, still, bullshit. Not really it. This is it. This here, you won't be disappointed. If you really want Krishna, you'll get Krishna in his transcendental form, and then you won't be disappointed. You'll see it's all like we say here. The witnesses, we're all witnesses here. It's all like you see, oh yeah, that's how it is. And if you get the material forms by being in religion and you get a position and all that stuff, I don't glorify position, do I? You never hear me. I glorify Krishna. I glorify his body, this relationship with Krishna. And the guru thing comes along with it. The titles come along with it. This is seek the kingdom of God. You see that here. Seek the kingdom of God and all else is added. I live by preaching the gospel, just like it says. You see, you live by the word, man. I live by the word. It's proof this is God's hand of there. You wouldn't be given money in donations so I can live, right? Because you're saying, yeah, you're doing work, man. This is important work. I'm getting food, man. You're doing a service. People you got to do service to live. What kind of service? Well, you're in food service, you're feeding people, right? And they pay you money to do that, right? Well, hey, what do you think? We're also in food service here. You didn't know. See, you didn't know there, Amy, that I'm a food service worker. That's another hat. I'm just, I'm just a waiter. And actually, this is a kind of a thing. We all get this ability. You become a restaurant, and you're the waiter. See, you're the cook, and then you're the what do you call the server, and the bringer of the food. See, you bring it. Somebody's got to deliver the food. So that you can cook it. So everything goes in there. And then you kind of get a kitchen, and we're all like working together too, in the restaurant. This is a restaurant. Oh, you didn't know this was a soup kitchen for the poor homeless people. Oh, you didn't know that everybody is an orphan, that these gurus are still orphans and little homeless persons. Oh, you didn't know that because they haven't found home. So they got to come to the soup kitchen so they can get fed. You didn't know that was going on here. Yeah, well, we're here to tell you, man, the facts of life, so you know your position. You need to come to the soup kitchen, come to our restaurant. We do some really fine cooking here, man. Our Sadhu Sangha is the restaurant here. This is we're to come taste this kind of cooking here. See, Shama, was it Sundari? She's excited, man. See, that's proof. To attract a beautiful woman is not easy, is it there? Look, and we're attracting many beautiful women here. You notice? That shows you, man, we've got the best attraction here. Be our guest, do our guest, put our service to the test. Exactly. See, we're food service workers, Amy. You didn't know. We're just all food service. We're working restaurant workers. And restaurants are known that it's the hardest business because you got to work a lot. Do you notice that? We take to the task. We take the hardest business, which is easy for us because we have fun running this restaurant. Isn't that nice to be in our work? This is better than organic restaurant, better than vegan, And our cooking, it's just amazing, actually. Go ahead, Tom, read on there.
Yeah. Whoa. I have to express. You had this expression. We have to throw our weight around. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That's
exactly.
it. And the word waitress. We are all waitresses. We are all waitresses. We have to use our weight and throw it around. Waitress and wait.
Yeah, we're throwing Krishna's weight around. He's heavy, man. Heavy and light. Yeah, throw his weight. Feels heavy to those who have the burden, He's so heavy that he forces you to drop everything else, otherwise to carry him, all this stuff. It's like, well, just let it go, man. Drop the weight so that you can carry Krishna. Right? Come here, you'll just automatically do it. No forced, no artificial. Just come here, and you'll see you'll drop all the weight. Go ahead, Tom. Yeah, exactly.
Wow, I don't know where this is coming from, but it's very heavy. Heavy means guru. Yes, I also, this is also a lesson. Heavy means guru. Guru literally means heavy. We have to use that weight, use that authority, use that substance.
Yeah, it's only heavy because of the illusion you're carrying. That's all. Otherwise, it's light. It's like Advaita. He was beaten by the fists of Lord Caitanya when he was preaching Mayavadi. And he loved it, man. See, being beaten by the Lord was wonderful because he actually consciously did wrong. He wanted to attract attention. See, it's hard to understand the mind of liberated souls. He wanted the Lord to come and chastise Mayavad philosophy. He wanted to show the real standard. Well, who could do it but him? People, I would never. It's like they think, why did you go to Pattaya Beach? because I can. And nobody else can if you want to preach that unless you've got the bhakti. How can you go to a place where all these beautiful women, how can you even be in Playa? This place, you think there, this is the second Pattaya here. These ladies, they're walking around, like you wouldn't believe, better dressed than these, with more shapes. God knows what they do. Their butts too. Oh man, are they sticking out? It's a big thing, this butt thing here. Pointy butts. Do they get injections to do that, make them pointy, or the exercise that does that? You women probably know.
No, they have implants. They have implants.
They have actually implants.
Silicone bags.
Yeah,
my father
implants.
sold that. It was my father's job to sell that.
Implant in the butt. Oh my God. What women do the craziest things, huh?
Men do that.
Not all women.
Yeah, they want to become impressive and become heavy, yes. And there's an expression here when somebody is not equipped for a job, they say he is too light for this position, yes. So that's the meaning I feel with becoming really heavy. A real guru has to become heavy because he is authoritative. He has to. He's not. When he's too light, he's not
Yeah.
impressive enough. He has
Yeah,
to.
yeah.
He has to use this turning around, throwing his weight around. He has to. He needs this ability.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they don't take him for. Oh. They
Exactly.
don't take him for this job. Yes.
Yeah,
And they have to be like a torch, yes, and put the light up and not somewhere in a hidden place where the sun doesn't work.
Yeah. Yesterday I was in the coffee shop and it was a funny incident that happened there. One of these ladies with the big butts, and really it was like fascinating. It's like it was like it was looking, and she had a guy with her, and the guy was protecting the ass. She would always, honest to God, it was so funny. I mean, everybody was fascinated with her butt was so different, and she had the pants, to really it was almost like a work of art, and you just couldn't not look at it. No, really, honestly, it wasn't even the sexual, it just was like fascinating. And the guy was protecting the ass. She would move it around where you could barely see it, and he was going around looking to make sure that people weren't looking at it, because it was his prize, was I couldn't believe these things are going on. The guy was protecting it. Was felt. Don't look at that ass, but we're gonna parade it around. But don't look at, because I'm here looking to see if you're looking.
It's mine.
And she would turn it around to make sure they might get a little glimpse, but then not too much. He
wants to be the ass manager.
Yeah, the ass manager. What the hell is going on? And it's funny. Literally, it's hilarious. This stuff, it's a big joke. What people are doing.
These women, they want to look like black women because black women have those duck buns naturally. Natural buns on them.
Yeah,
and they want to look, like they don't want the big nose, but they want the big lips. So they blow up their lips, blow up their arse, and they try to look really cut up. Black people have really naturally big butts, big lips.
Yeah.
And that's what they're doing.
That was funny yesterday. I was watching the guy. I never seen anything like this. It was a great show, man. Guys watching, make sure nobody's looking too much. They can get a little glimpse, but then she moved away from the sights, and she just, because it's like what a game, man.
Maybe he was protecting it because it costed so much money. Don't touch.
Yeah. Oh,
It was
probably
expensive. Expensive.
cost
Yeah,
him a lot of
Maharaj,
money.
maybe it hadn't healed properly yet. So he had to protect her bomb because it wasn't healed properly yet from the plastic surgery.
Plastic surgery. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to take more pictures. I'm going to show you some of this stuff. It's hilarious.
Kuna
I,
showed me some
originally
yesterday,
thought
Maharaj.
from dancing and moving of these of this, but I can look I can look back. Maybe it was yesterday or the day before. I can put it on our one of our groups. It's
Well,
beautiful.
yeah,
It's beautiful.
yeah. Okay.
It's
Kuna,
it's
you
like
should
a
It is.
speak about
billboard.
books,
It's
Maharaj.
attractive and it's catching the attention and it's worth in some opinions of managers it's worth very
Yeah,
much. It's very
yeah.
substantial,
And
heavy.
yeah,
Yeah.
and ultimately, what this is the whole thing. Like Sadhu Sangha, we're here to present also really the beauty of Krishna. You know, the attractiveness of Krishna, and that can only be done by actually relishing it ourselves. You know, to be the happiness of that. People got to see, oh, what makes you happy? You know, I what I notice, I ask people a lot of times, what gets you up out of bed? What are you passionate about? And a lot of people, they just like, they don't want to say because they're not really that, nothing. Well, I just kind of get up because I have to, I'm in this body, just kind of groggy. A lot of people like that. Now, especially now. It's like, get up to what, man? Mask wearing, wear your mask, and I mean, what a drudgery life. You know what Maya is creating here is a life of real drudgery, and in a sense, this is a good time to preach because it's like, hey, you want that life now? Look where it's leading, a dystopian type future. I mean, I see what the plan is on lead the demons what they want. It's a horrible thing, I mean, for making people, putting them in like these little cities, and you live in a little cubicle and take nature away, you not be able to go in nature. They want all nature to be only for them, and nobody else, and put everybody in that, or get rid of most of the population. This is the plan in the demon's mind. Whether it plays out like that, that's another thing. But this is a big plan, and they're going after. They got all the governments behind it, practically everybody in the governments. They got the politicians, the doctors, they got all people of religions, Dalai Lamas, all of this. They're under the control of this mass psychosis and illusion of, and only some people are waking up, but, yeah. So what's the alternative? I only see God. I mean, the real God, not the Lucifer God. And the ones fighting this, how are they going to fight this that way? How are you going to fight the people with all the gun? Can you imagine all the guns and all the technologies, all the science that they've perverted, all that technology power, and all the governments? Who the heck could fight that way? I think only this way. At least we win our souls back. Isn't that amazing? At least we win our souls back and help a few, or maybe quite a few, on the way, to come out of this too, bring their soul, awaken their souls. Because that dystopian future, anybody having children now is like, you're really, you want to bring in children into this kind of generation? Oh my God. Even the Bible says, woe unto those who have children in these days. Because your children are going to be very miserable. And they're already getting brainwashed. They're all, so many of them, they believe in that. You could tell they're just been brainwashed. So this is the alternative. Show them, here's your door, man. Kali Yuga. This is Kali. It's like we hear about Kali Yuga, but now you can actually see Kali Yuga. Isn't that amazing? You're actually seeing Kali Yuga. The twisted lies, the hypocrites, everything in 12th canto is being revealed now, not waiting. And Jesus, he spoke about. He said Kali Yuga. He said the Lord is speeding these things up for the elect. See, not drawing it out probably 407, can you imagine, how could this go on 470 something thousand years still? No, this is going to be wound up pretty quick. And during this Kali Yuga, instead of the rest of the Yuga being like a Satya Yuga, like you have to wait a long time, this is a prophecy, by the way, I'm just coming downloaded. Instead of the Kali Yuga being like you have to go all the way 472,000 years and gradually doing it. So in this Kali Yuga, this is finishing it off quick and getting God to come and do all these things and, get everything clear and people awakened and everything. And then we'll finish out the Kali Yuga in Lord Chaitanya's, ecstasy in this kind of worship for, so many people, if not everybody. So people are, that there is a what do you call a reducing of the population, the unwanted population, and also the Lord will start populating it with liberated souls who will take advantage of Lord Chaitanya's mercy. Why not, man? Show me any mercy better than this. This is living in the Garden of Eden to me. Here, if I'm doing it and others are starting to do it, why not everybody doing it? Anybody that wants to live, come with us if you want to live. Otherwise, the Lord's taking you out. He's just using the demons. He always does that. You notice? He uses everybody. He's using us. Here, I like to, there, you're still, he's using you. You're kind of illusioned and more or less not happy. But he's using us and we're happy about it. Isn't that nice to be used by God and feel good about it? Because I feel good about it. I feel, man, this contributes to everybody. You could be a demon and be contributed to. You could be a demigod and be contributed to. You could be an innocent person that is listening to whoever's in control, a sheeple, and benefit. Yeah, I love this. Yeah, use me, Lord. I love this. Yeah, I'll be. Let me make me your slave and servant, because everybody is anyway. So you might. At least I know I am. Great, and I'm happy about it. No, these people think, oh, I'm not a slave. Yeah, we're all slaves, man. But when you're a slave of the Lord, oh, it's great, Ross, man. Fantastic. Because you know what? He likes to get in. He says, I'm a slave of my devotee. What do you ask? What do you want? I'll do. I'm your genie, man. Goes both ways on this thing. That's why, you can trusting the Lord is the greatest thing in the world. Because, yeah, you'll be a slave. Just like St. Paul he said, he declared, I'm a slave. But I don't know if he knew the extent of the realization that I know now. Then my Lord is a slave. He's thinking, he likes that slave idea. He said, I'm a slave of my devotee. Whatever they want. They want me to come, they come. I come. Yeah. Well, I'm a slave of Dvaitacharya. He asked me to come, I came. Right? He ordered and he did. He even brings Nanda Maharaj's shoes. Bring my shoes, son. Oh, okay. See, order carrier. See, this is perfect. Slave of God. See, otherwise you're a slave of God's Maya. Oh, and that's miserable, huh? Yes, they literally want to enslave mankind. Can you imagine? I can't even, to see this play out, that there are beings that want to enslave you, free people that have gotten a taste of freedom and they want to enslave them. I think the only thing is to always, let me be a slave of God, man. Let's show how great that is. That's it. You know, hey man, we're slaves of the Lord and loving it. Man, it's great, man. Freedom. I'm free in that slave in the Lord, man. My freedom is in Him. You know, knowing that that's the only way I'll be free, really free, sovereign in my life. Be in the Lord. Yeah. Go ahead, Tom. Read on. Oh, you're done. What does that mean?
No, I was cooking and boiling, and now I'm done, like in the cooking process.
Oh, good,
I'm
good,
fed
good.
up. I'm fed up. I don't want to go on with these repressions and tiny sneaky genocides. They are just they are killing people and killing bhakti,
Yeah,
and they are doing very sneaky and slowly. It's not human. It's
yeah,
it's artificial, and it's enough.
yeah.
I'm done with it.
Great. Yeah, and this bhakti you can't really kill. All you can do is cover it up until it gets really strong. Here, it's getting so strong in devotees that you can't. There's nothing you can do. When it gets strong enough, man, it becomes like the mustard plant, strong when it grows up. It starts at a little seed. So here, see, it's a good place to germinate and to fertilize and everything, and then that seed of bhakti gets strong, man. Then even you can't hack it down. Hey, nobody can hack this down now. It's amazing, you know. Yeah, go ahead, Tom.
Okay. Hare Krishna. The matters spoken by Gaurachandra in this company were never mentioned before anyone else. After they had finished prasadam and left, all the devotees who were waiting anxiously joyfully pounced on the divine remnants of the prasadam. Anyone who hears or reads this pastime of taking prasadam will undoubtedly develop Krishna Bhakti and attain the lotus feet of the Lord.
Yeah, and you can see that here. We hear the pastime, discuss it. Look how many people getting enlivened about it. You know, it's it's because that's how it is where we attain. This is Krishna Bhakti. Is you get devotion and then you like to discuss the confidential nature of Krishna. You know, in confidence, confidential confidence. See, with confidence. See, when you're confident about the truth, it's like that, you know.
Anyone fortunate enough to be blessed by the merciful glance of Sri Gadadhar can actually know the real divine identity of Sri Nityananda.
Yeah, I mean, see, this is and so that was about living devotees, really. See, so it's written about this is an instruction book. This is a map book. See, when you're blessed by the spiritual master like Gadadhar, he was a spiritual master. See, he was a devotee Bhagavat. He would read that Bhagavatam in tears, see, in ecstasy. See, and if you're blessed by the Guru, then you can understand the true nature of Nityananda. Even now, you can understand, oh, Nityananda, he was ecstatic personality. Oh, that is glorious. Ah, ecstasy is beautiful. Bhakti, that kind of bhakti, ecstatic bhakti is beautiful. Oh, what is real? Real bhakti is beautiful, wonderful. That's the understanding this. See, I'm standing under the truth. See, that's the common law. And that's maritime law is they trick you. It's all tricky stuff. Do you understand what I'm telling you? And see, it's inverted. No, they're saying, do you stand under my authority? See, an intelligent person that is got some least good mode of goodness and said, no, I don't stand under your authority. I stand under the authority of God. See, God's principles. See, so everybody in the Maya is being tricked by the illusory potency to be enslaved by Maya, but it's an illusion. But it's not strong enough to be bodily free. You have to be spirit body free. A spirit body free. And that's free indeed. You know, it's like this guy, he was talking about the pineal glands needs to be activated, and then you can perceive spirit. But he wasn't as deep into it as he could have gotten, because he said perceive spirit, that basically I can go and control the world and I can manifest things in the world and all that. See, you're still in the world. See, when this is really activated properly and you're a devotee, see, then now this will grow perfectly as it should be. See, this is why the Mayavadi thing, you see some people get activated. It's like this guy activating, he's still kind of mixing it in with material, new age stuff, you know, law of attractions and all. Yeah, I activate this and I do that. And then you say the same thing with the people that have a Mayavadi mentality. They come here and get a little activated. Oh, I can do this to become one with God and the and Guru and the world. Oh, I'm not interested in giving praises to Guru for this or anything. No, I just go directly. This is just coming. See, you're not conclusive. Nobody's conclusive about it except here. Yeah, you know, this ecstasy, we use this. It's, you know, we use this. And to what? To ascertain the deeper and deeper clear truths. The truth will set you free, not Mayavadi speculation there. That, oh yeah, let's just use this ecstasy you get here so that we can become God. Or let's just use this ecstasy here so that we can manifest boats and material things. No, let's use this ecstasy here to know the Lord. I mean, that's the kind of caliber we get here. You want to use this ecstatic attraction? What? Some come here and they want, oh, this is really great. Oh, yeah, I like this ecstasy. And now I'll become a great teacher. And they go out and teach Vaidis out there. See, they're using this for some, and they always run out of juice. And then they have to come back. Even the Mayavadis, they'll run out of juice because they can't maintain this. Okay? That was the whole problem with Prabhupada after he departed, and Bhaktisiddhanta. Whatever they brought, they couldn't be maintained. See, because people didn't reach the state of that they had, the state of being ecstatic and using it to go deeper into God, which is it's the best thing, it's the clearest thing, it's the real target. Otherwise, you haven't arrived yet. That's why the uniqueness of our Sangha is you can be around devotees who have arrived at that conclusion. Oh, look at what is the conclusion that ISKCON and Gaudiya Math and Gaudiya Samiti has arrived at. Different conclusions other than this. See? Oh, the conclusion is in like Narayan Maharaj group. Well, the conclusion is Prema Bhakti, but that many layers. So let's work on austerities and renunciations and following lots of rules, if you can do it. A lot of people, they, don't really follow all the rules. Maybe some, but then all you can do is become a superstar rule follower. That's the only glories that I can give those person. All glories to Narayan Raj, a nice superstar rule follower. Well, he was more than that. Well, I didn't see it. Did you? I don't see any fruits of that in his devotees. So therefore, I'm not commenting. But I can say all glories to the rule follower. I mean, to me, it's not that glorious to be a rule follower. To me, this is glorious. To me, the real glory of God is relishing, intimacy with the Lord and transmitting that intimacy to others. I can't see a better goal than Lord Caitanya saw. I mean, I'll look, but I don't see anything better than this. Who to chant the holy name with ecstatic devotion? Oh my God, I'm hankering to chant better. It's so good. I want more of that. Anybody else on the same page like that? Okay, the Lord showed the example. We show the example too. That's why people come and they want to use this ecstasy for something else. I want to use this ecstasy so I can become a Brahmin or a Brahmin realized person. I can feel like I'm God or something, or a big teacher or something. And the Lord says, okay, go out, just use that ecstasy for that if you want. But it'll diminish because I don't find that very. See, the Lord doesn't stay around those people. He would have material motives. I mean, it's not interesting. He only interested with his pure devotees, right? They have pure devotional ideas. They have a clear conception of where it's all going. Entrap us, enter their contacts. Yeah, they use rules to collect tax. Yeah, these are all. Anyway. We're here to help everybody. Help even demons. They have some occult knowledge. That's why they are worshipped by human beings, because they have a higher knowledge than human beings. Most human beings, even their you could say they're disciples. Their disciples are the politicians and all that. They learn how to manipulate through hypocrisy and trickery and lies. What do you think? That's what's going on. See? And human beings don't know any better. They don't know. They don't have this knowledge. See? So therefore, they follow them into oblivion. They're destroyed like them. Because this is the alternative to live for everybody. They can live, their followers can live. Same thing with the gurus. They can live and their followers can live, or their followers can live and then inspire them to live, find life. Yesterday I was going to do a video, and maybe I'll just talk about it a little bit now. It's a video. It's all about leaders and followers. Did you know that? The whole life is about leaders and followers. So you have the demons, they lead people, right? But they lead them astray more than the demigods, the good people. See, so the good and evil, it's a war of good and evil. There are good leaders and there are bad leaders. And in between, there's all these gray areas, right? But so it's all leaders and followers. And so one is really blessed to find a leader who is leading you into the kingdom of God. What is that? This relationship. Okay, that's the best leader. Okay, so everybody can be led here. The demigods, good people, haven't figured it fully out. It's not figured out at that level. They think life is about being a good person, doing good deeds. Even Christians, a lot of Christians still believe that, because they don't know how to engage in pure devotional service. It hasn't been revealed to them. They're not open to it. Therefore, they mix in their worship with good deeds and being good peoples and all that stuff. See, this is no mixture. We mix with people so they can get this mixture. This mixture doesn't mix. It takes over because it's truth. It comes in and it purifies. It's like an alchemist. That's another hat that a devotee wears. Alchemy. They're alchemists. They take material emotions, spiritual or material minds, and transform them into a spiritual mind and spiritual emotions. See? Yeah. Okay, I think that's going to be enough for today for a while. I got up a little early. I'm going to rest a little bit, I think. Okay, parting words. Tom, give us a word.
Yes, this become pure is the upgrade, and to come out of this marginal position mixed with some mode of goodness. It's to come out of that. Purity is the upgrade, to become pure devotee and not restrained, not imprisoned. We have to come out of this imprisonment and come to the purity.
Yeah. The problem is people want to be pure devotees. So that's not exactly it. The real truth is we want to be purely devoted. See, purely devoted is a verb, not a noun. Oh, because I could say, oh, this guy's a pure devotee. See? Yeah, well, let's see you being purely devoted. Let's see what that being looks like that's purely devoted. What is it? How does it show up? What does it look like? Nobody knows because nobody is showed. They don't even know what it is to be purely devoted. Well,
They don't know about the purification. They don't accept the purification. They call themselves already, I'm a pure devotee before being purified.
you gotta, that's part of the thing is you got to walk through the purification, which is good. I mean, it's like taking a shower. You need to, so then you realize it's about being purely devoted to the Lord. See, not being a pure devotee. That's being a pure. No, what good is that? No, just purely devoted. That's conclusive, really. I mean, nobody's even preached this. Not even Prabhupada. It was more being a pure devotee. No, it's purely devoted. Be purely devoted. See, it's a verb. It's an action. It's an activity.
It's a process. Yes.
It's a doing, a process. Becoming. See, be purely devoted, because when you're purely devoted, man, that's when the party really begins. See? Oh, this person's purely devoted. I can see that with my own eyes. He has this ecstatic, intimate relationship with the Lord, like the Lord demonstrated here. 550 years. I could see what that looks like now. It's not just in the book, and then I really don't know because I've never even seen it. It's like people tell you, "Oh yeah, you want to come and see the Empire State Building," I can bring you there, but they're not there. They haven't been there. They don't know what it looks like, but they want to teach you all these things. There's people, these gurus who are like this. They want to teach you about Vrindavan. Vrindavan is very simple. We read the verse. If you're a real resident of Vrindavan, Krishna takes away all your miseries. Your ecstatic relationship with him takes away all your miseries. Ecstatic relationship gives you good health on all levels. Okay? Ecstatic attraction and attachment to that transcendental Lord gives you everything. Yeah. Why wouldn't it? That attraction to the transcendental Lord, everything is within him. Even that body, that form of Krishna that seemed like limited, it was unlimited. Mother Yashoda looked into his mouth and saw everything in there. See, we're doing the same thing. I'm looking in Krishna's mouth and everything is in there. Where is his mouth? His mouth is in the scriptures, isn't it? The word of God. I look in his mouth and I see everything. I don't need to see it. I look in the holy name. That's like looking in Krishna's mouth. Oh, he's fresh and everything is in there. Everything that I want. I'm not looking for boats and skyscrapers and building them and all that crapola, That's for Maya. No, I'm looking in the transcendental mouth of the Lord through his name and his scriptures. And see so much. Everything worthy is, or even unworthy, is in that Lord. All Maya is inside him and all the spiritual worlds. Inside and outside. Yeah. It's about making what's inside outside too. People can see that. Okay, River, give us a word.
I have a few questions as well, if that's okay.
Yeah, good.
First one was about when you was talking about how food is Krishna Katha, really. You didn't say that word. Do you remember you were speaking about that?
Mm-hmm.
Food is really Krishna Katha, is knowledge given to the devotees, because of food, that is what the real food is in the past times. I just wanted to know, is it the
It's
same?
the food. It's the food of the soul that it's the only food for the soul that awakens the soul and nourishes it. So that you have to learn to eat the scriptures, eat the words, eat the name of God. See? And then the soul awakened, it gets nourished, and you feel it makes you happy. It's like here we see Shama Sundar says, "Oh, this is so good. I feel so excited. How can I go back to work?" See, she's in a feeding cycle. You're eating. You don't want to be taken away from your food. When this is proof that this is spiritual, because it, feeds people. Go ahead there, River.
So like when and this is kind of maybe the other way around, when all the people come and give food to Lord Chaitanya, and they keep bringing him loads of food, and he keeps eating it and eating it and eating it. What does that actually mean, Maharaj?
Well, actually, it's a miracle. First of all, the Lord wanted to show the miracle that he was like Lord Jagannath, and so he could do these things when he was here. So also he shows that he accepts the offerings of his real devotees. See? And they just kept offering him food, and he kept accepting it.
So then, does that mean all the people that you used to come and just give him food, loads of food, we're all his devotees, I know that, but he then has his intimate devotees. Would these people that would give him all this food be on the intimate level, or just devotees or not just devotees, like you say?
Well, yeah, I mean, they were intimate devotees according to their capacity, just for them to be there, and because not everybody could stand in Lord Chaitanya's presence, they start criticizing him because he doesn't follow even like when he was intimately with his devotees, especially before he took sannyas, he was just natural. He didn't have to be anything special, but people criticized him for not following things the way the sampradayas are teaching them. See, so that's yeah. I forgot what we're talking about, but go ahead. What else? Oh, food. Yeah.
Yeah, food. When you're going along, or when we're hearing or reading, something is told to you that you've never ever heard before, and it just pops into your head. Is that speculation? Is that the Lord telling us something? Sometimes I get a bit like, oh, I don't know. I don't want to speculate, Maharaj.
Yeah.
I really want to know what he's doing, because it's like he refutes me in my mind. Something will come in, and then something else will come in, and then something else will come in. Things like that. And it sometimes I'm trying to watch this happen.
Yeah.
It happens a lot in the class.
Yeah. Well, that's why you have Guru Sadhu Shastra. You just, if you're not clear about something, present it before the devotees. Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra. We have all that here. So if you can't find a lot of stuff, might be your speculation until you get really clear. So just check it out with the devotees here.
Okay.
Not just anywhere.
Yeah, I don't understand. No, and lastly, I see, it's just from what Tom was saying earlier, I see the Lord working in you a lot more.
Yeah.
And even though you might not understand at the time, because I definitely don't, it always comes out to be the best thing for me, no matter what I say or do. But I'll say it, and it will just be what's coming out. But I see the Lord working in you more for my benefit, everybody's benefit. But I see it personally for my benefit from you.
Yeah, you can't, when you're in material consciousness, it's hard to see. You think your benefit is a loss. It's just the false ego. Everything is inverted here. And especially amongst the demons, they're trying to invert mode of goodness truth into make it lies, and lies the truth. See, so it's inverted, and especially at this level, the level of, like, some devotee was telling me, I won't mention names, but why do you do this? Why do you criticize me? Why do you do why? So they don't understand. I'm not even criticized, just actually just being real. But most people aren't full, they're attached to things that are unreal. Like, for one, I want self-respect. Okay? I want to be important. I want to be acknowledged. It's human, you see. So, but this is more than human. Here you'll transcend that. That's human to be that way. There, instead of I want respect, I just love giving respect to the respectable. Krishna is the most respectable person on the planet, or in the world that's ever been here. Krishna and Radha and Lord Chaitanya, their teachings, their devotees. Hey, so stand up for that, and it's good. Yeah.
Great class, Maharaj.
Yeah. Okay, Lalita, what do you give us a word?
Great class, Guru Maharaj. Thank you. I don't dare to say anything anymore because
You don't dare? Why?
no. Because if I say something, it's, oh, Lalita, what's coming out of your mouth? I once said a word and I tried to find the translation from Dutch into English, and I wanted to use the word little kitty cat, but I translated it wrongly, and I said a word and you were in shock.
Oh, the pussy.
I see that Karuna writes about it in class, but when I say something like this, we were talking about the ladies, I kept my mouth because
No, but you see, even you see, it's not easy to understand my mind. Even you can't fully understand it. It's not, but that's good. I'm actually praising that. I like it's joking with that. So
I'm
it's not
joking
like
now as well. I'm joking.
Oh, you are. Oh, I don't understand your mind either. It's a competition now. All right, let's see who understands each other's mind better. I like the challenge. I've been waiting to be challenged for a long time, man. Now I got some worthy challengers. Finally.
The challenge is also about cuteness. One is more cute than the other. To make mistakes and to be spontaneous, it's very cute.
Yeah, it is. It's very cute. Yeah.
Maharaj,
Okay,
is there a fine line between challenge and disrespect?
no, because when a person is disrespectful, you can see it. Now, if you're challenging in a way for fun, like Lord Chaitanya would challenge his disciples to, it was more like play. It's fun. It's cute. It's desirable. Hey, look who's here. He wants to give us a word there, Govinda. Let's hear the word.
Well, I'm just relishing what you make me think of the pastime of Nityananda breaking the danda. It's so humorous. It's just not as it seems if you're in Brahmin consciousness. It's breaking all rules of society to break the danda, the religious etiquette. But Chaitanya is seemingly angry, but is he really? Not really, because he says himself, "This is the abode of the demigods."
Yeah. It's a joke. It's a joke. He's saying that's what he's showing what people think. Oh, this is the abode of the dead. Oh, whoopee-doo. But to a person like Nityananda, or those who have the mercy like here, see, we have the mercy of Nityananda. We think like he thinks now. Why should our Lord carry a stick? The stick should be carrying him. It should be a palanquin. Why is this? This is not right. Get rid of his, he doesn't, why should he be burdened with carrying a stick around? He doesn't need a stick. The same thing. Why does he need the rules and regulations to carry around? You know, he's transcended that. See, so that's what you get here, man. You know, you don't need the, I mean, you can be, the body needs to be ruled in the mode of goodness because it's a body, you know, you need to give it good food and good this, and, you know, to an extent anyway. You don't have to make a religion of worshiping the body and goodness, you know. What is that? You can eat something that's not so good and you'll be okay usually, you know. So it's not about that. Yeah, what was the point? I forgot.
Joking and challenging.
Yeah, you can see clearly there is.
Oh, yeah.
But you can see when someone's disrespecting, and it's quite clear. So
yeah. Well, it's not easy to see because you got to be a somewhat transcendental consciousness to see that, and otherwise you think it's the opposite. Everything is opposite here.
We just read this jocular mood prevailed. It means this joke, this cuteness,
Yeah.
this jocular mood prevailed. It was in the text.
Yeah. Usually the devotees have to explain their joking, otherwise nobody can understand it. It's like Lord Caitanya says, "Oh, that Murari Gupta man, I won't want to see him for 10 million years, 10 million lifetimes." That's even more. 10 million lifetimes. I don't want to see him. And so then he calls him and said, "Oh, I was only joking with you." It was just, and you know, that's kind of how it is. Okay, I'm going to go take a little rest here now. I'll see you guys a little later. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much for coming, everybody. I really like being with you guys, man. I'm almost at the point of saying that word I don't like to say lightly. Okay, thank you, Sachi and Ivo and Amy and everybody here. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, American Pie. Da-da-da-da-da-da.